What's cracking, people? It's your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, representing high-level technicians operating globally and beyond. So listen, today I wanted to discuss a topic that I've been anticipating for quite some time. Now, for the advanced technicians, of course, over on the Patreon side, I'm going to be uploading a summary of a presentation that I did for the Fieldmaster Ron Wills, breaking down the various echelons of Dyme pieces. Yes, believe it or not, there are levels to it. All right, so stay tuned for that. But today I wanted to focus on 5 things that non-select men and pre-select men actually should experience with your first Dyme. Now, I know times are crazy. All right, who knows which way this shifting society or reality itself is going to go. But in the meantime, you have been working hard at your craft. You've got your Toro car rental fleet off the ground. Your Airbnb cash flow is finally coming in. Hell, your crypto returns are finally positive. Your t-shirt brand is on fleek, and now you can afford lifestyle elements that raise your profile to a level that's visible to the type of women that you desire to acquire. Listen, first of all, congratulations. Now, having achieved that, I want to recommend 5 things that you should experience with your first Dyme piece. All right? Now, keep in mind, some men want to work their way up to what would be a 10 or a Dyme piece. And so apply this to the 8s and 9s that you desire to acquire and that you find yourself now in the space of with your lifestyle achievements. And just for your reference, today's model is going to be one of my play cousins, Vicky. Now, I'll briefly post her Instagram on here. Don't go stalking. Don't go, trying to DM or whatever. This is just for model purposes of this video. All right. Now, here we go. Number 1, the first thing that I recommend the non-select and pre-select men to experience with their first Dyme piece is intimacy. Now, gentlemen, there's sex and then there's intimate sex. Do me a favor. Look up at her as she prances around the bed. Explore every corner of her tight, smooth skin. Examine the details of her flawless features. Now, of course, those who have their copy of the Seduction scriptures can turn to page 127, where I break down in semi-poetic detail what really is at the core of how a masculine man appreciates a feminine woman. Go there and enjoy it. The second thing that I would recommend a non-select or pre-select man experience with his first Dyme piece is being present while engaging with her. Most Dymes or 100 octane women that I've interacted with can tell me what the luxury hotels look like, what the exotic cars look like on the inside, the private jets and popular destinations are like that certain men have taken them to. And gentlemen, don't get me wrong, I think it's wonderful that these young ladies have the opportunity to experience these things. But here's what I do, and here's what I say in response to their descriptions. What I ask them is, could you describe for me what the smells were like? Like, what did the air smell like on that beach, on that destination? What were the tastes like? Like, how did the honey taste in that tropical island, for example? What was the texture of the silk sheets or the curtains or the fabrics that were in those spaces that you enjoyed in that luxury setting? How did the sounds hit you? What was the local music like? You see, gentlemen, what I'm doing is taking a position as an observer of their experience, and not just a fan, not like some guy who's fawning over their beauty and hanging on their every word, but a man who is stationed enough to be actually interested in the sensory aspect of these experiences that the Dyme piece or 100 Octane Woman is relating to me. And what you'll find out is that the vast majority of them were just there to document the experience for Instagram, or for some story to tell her other friends to make them jealous. But a lot of them don't really record it on their sensory organs, so that they're actually appreciating the experience for what it is, and not necessarily for what it looks like, and the clout that she may or may not receive from having had this experience at the expense, right, of a wealthy man. So that's something really important to keep in mind, especially because it shows her, like I said, that there's more to who you are, and that you may genuinely be interested in how she thinks, and how she perceives life, and how she may or may not fit into your program. So moving on, the third thing that I believe that non-select men and pre-select men should experience with your first Dyme piece should be the recognition of your masculinity. Gentlemen, she's the feminine ideal. She is that 8, 9, or 10. She is the embodiment of what a physical feminine woman looks like. How does that vibe with your ownership of your masculinity? What does that do to you while you're in her presence, or she's in your presence? What do you take away from it? Those are important questions that I actually ask coaching clients when they are doing a recap or a debriefing of a date or an interaction that they've had with a woman that they actually desire, whether it went smoothly, whether it was awkward, however the experience was. I want you to not only be grounded and like they say, rest in your masculinity, but explore what your reaction to her femininity is. And what that does is services your expansion as a man on your journey of masculine mastery. So number 4, the fourth thing that I would have a non-select or pre-select man consider when he experiences his first Dyme piece is to leverage the potential for the muse dynamic. Now, for a lot of guys, they don't get the opportunity to experience this. And what I mean by the muse dynamic is the bit of inspiration that a woman in her feminine prowess can provide for certain types of men. Not every man is inspired to create, to invent, to innovate, to drive a mission forward by the mere presence of a woman. But for those who have an artistic side, for those who have a poetic side, for those who have the ability to tap in and find inspiration from various sources, I would challenge you to find a bit of inspiration in the beauty and the femininity and the radiant prowess of a Dyme piece, that 8, 9, or 10, when you're in her presence. What do you take away from that? What are you able to create? What are you able to express from the energy of interacting with such a woman? And number 5, here's the 5th thing that I would recommend that a non-select or pre-select man experience with your first Dyme. I would recommend that you envision your success as a masculine master without her. I'll say that one more time. Envision your success as a masculine master without the Dyme piece. Gentlemen, this is the next level of your journey, and why you should experience various aspects of the human theater of expressions. Because let's be honest, enjoying the company of a beautiful, feminine, radiant woman is a wonderful life-changing thing. However, it only represents a small percentage of why you're here in the first place. Masculine mastery, mastery of your craft, your contribution to the greater collective, far outweighs the momentary or even the portion of your life that includes an ongoing relationship with the type of woman that you desire to acquire. It's only a portion of your overall existence and your journey. So, gentlemen, I want you to keep these 5 points in mind. Let me know what you think about either of the points down below, about what you should experience with your first Dyme piece. Select men, pre-select men, non-select men. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying, stay sharp and mission focused. Later.